Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that every social media platform has completely vanished. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X, Snapchat, and YouTube Shorts all gone without warning. No feeds to scroll, no notifications, no viral videos, no online communities, and no digital identity built over years of posts and followers. For billions of people, this would feel like losing a second world they live in every day. At first, confusion would spread faster than anything else. People would refresh their apps repeatedly, only to find empty screens. Businesses would panic. Influencers would lose their audiences instantly, and news would feel strangely silent. Social connections that existed only online would suddenly be cut off, leaving gaps people didn't realize were so important. But beyond the shock, a deeper transformation would begin. Society would be forced to rethink communication, entertainment, business, politics, and even identity itself. The disappearance of social media would not just be a technological change, it would be a global cultural reset. Let's watch. 1. Communication would shift back to basics. Without social media, communication would immediately fall back to older methods like phone calls, text messages, emails, and face-to-face conversations. For many people, this would feel like stepping backward in time. Social media has become the default way to share life updates, send greetings, and maintain distant relationships. People who relied on Instagram stories or Facebook posts to stay connected would suddenly find it harder to keep up with friends and family. Birthday reminders, event invitations, and casual updates would no longer appear automatically. Maintaining relationships would require more intentional effort instead of passive scrolling. At the same time, communication might become more meaningful. Instead of reacting with emojis or quick comments, people would have real conversations again. Friendships might deepen because interaction becomes more deliberate rather than algorithm-driven. 2. Businesses and influencers would collapse and rebuild. The disappearance of social media would cause immediate shockwaves through the global economy. Today, billions of dollars flow through influencer marketing, digital advertising, and social-driven sales. Entire industries depend on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook to reach customers. Influencers would be among the first to feel the impact. Millions of creators who earn income through sponsorships, brand deals, and content monetization would lose their audiences overnight. Careers built over years could disappear instantly, forcing a sudden shift to other platforms or traditional media. Small businesses would also struggle heavily. Many rely on social media as their main advertising tool because it is cheap, fast, and highly targeted. Without it, they would need to return to websites, physical marketing, or expensive traditional ads. Large corporations would adapt more easily, but even they would face disruption. 3. Mental health could experience a major shift. Social media has a complicated relationship with mental health. On one hand, it connects people and provides entertainment. On the other, it often fuels anxiety, comparison, addiction, and emotional overload. If social media disappeared overnight, many people would initially feel withdrawal. The brain becomes used to constant stimulation, likes, messages, videos, and updates. Removing that suddenly would create boredom, restlessness, and discomfort. However, after the adjustment period, mental health could improve for many individuals. Without constant comparison to filtered lifestyles, people might feel less pressure about appearance, success, or popularity. Teenagers especially might experience relief from online judgment and cyberbullying. Sleep patterns could improve as people spend less time scrolling at night. Attention spans might slowly recover, and individuals could rediscover hobbies, reading, exercise, and real-world interaction. Still, not everyone would benefit equally. Some people rely on online communities for emotional support, especially those who feel isolated in real life. 4. News and information flow would slow down. Social media currently acts as the fastest global news distribution system. Breaking news spreads within seconds through posts, shares, and live streams. Without it, information would move much more slowly. People would rely again on traditional sources like television, newspapers, radio, and official websites. While these sources are often more reliable, they are also slower and less interactive. One major benefit would be a reduction in misinformation. Social media often amplifies rumors, fake news, and emotionally charged content. Without algorithms pushing viral posts, false information might spread less aggressively. 5. Entertainment culture would be completely redefined. Social media has reshaped entertainment into short, fast, and constant content consumption. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels dominate how people spend their free time. Without social media, entertainment would shift back to longer and more traditional formats. People might watch full movies, complete TV series, read books, or play video games instead of consuming endless short clips. Music discovery would also change. Viral trends currently drive global hits, but without social platforms, artists would depend more on radio, streaming platforms, and live performances. Memes and internet culture would slow dramatically. Trends that once spread globally in hours would take days or weeks to circulate, if at all. 6. Politics would become less instant but more controlled. Social media has become one of the most powerful political tools in modern society. Politicians use it for campaigning, messaging, and direct communication with voters. Without it, political communication would return to traditional methods such as television debates, rallies, newspapers, and official press conferences. One potential benefit is reduced polarization. Social media algorithms often amplify extreme opinions because they generate engagement. Without those systems, political discourse might become less emotionally charged. However, there are drawbacks. Political awareness could decline, especially among younger generations who rely heavily on social media for information. 7. Society would slowly rediscover offline life. Perhaps the most profound change would be how society experiences daily life. Social media currently fills almost every empty moment waiting in line, traveling, eating alone, or relaxing at home. Without it, people would suddenly have more free time and mental space. At first, this might feel uncomfortable, even boring. But over time, new habits would form. People might spend more time outdoors, engaging in sports, hobbies, reading, or face-to-face interaction. Families could reconnect without constant phone distractions. Conversations might become deeper and more focused. Local communities could grow stronger as people interact more in physical spaces instead of digital ones. Outro: if social media disappeared overnight, the world would not end, but it would be forced into one of the largest cultural adjustments in modern history. Communication, business, politics, entertainment, and mental health would all go through sudden and dramatic change. The initial reaction would likely be confusion and chaos, as billions of people lose a system that has become deeply embedded in daily life. Over time, however, society would begin to adapt. New systems would replace old ones, and people would rediscover forms of connection and entertainment that existed before the digital age. Life might become slower, less connected globally, but more personal and grounded locally. Social media has given humanity incredible tools for connection, but it has also created dependency, distraction, and pressure. Its disappearance would reveal both its importance and its impact on modern life. The biggest question would not be whether we could survive without it, but whether after adjusting we might actually live differently and perhaps better than before. Let us know in the comments what you think about the what if social media disappeared overnight, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.